Here we have a couple sample problems dealing with angle pair relationships. Take a minute and sketch this in your notes. We're asked to use our knowledge about vertical angles and linear pairs to fill in the other angles. Well, for vertical angles, I know that 68 up top here forms a vertical angle over on this side. And likewise, 68 down here forms a vertical angle over on that side. Next, in terms of linear pairs, I see these two angles would form a linear pair. And so if this one is 68, this one must be 180 minus 68, which is 112. Similarly, this angle down here has got to be 112. And then for a number of reasons, the remaining angles are 112 as well. We could talk about the fact that these two angles form linear pairs, or these two angles form linear pairs, or we could even mention vertical angles once again, 112 and 112. The next couple of examples ask us to state the parallel lines theorem that's displayed and then use that theorem to solve for x. So here we have two angles labeled, this angle and the other, and we have to identify what they are in order to figure out which parallel lines theorem to use. I see they're on the same side of the transversal and they're on the interior of the two parallel lines. So that means these are consecutive interior angles. So the theorem we have is that those consecutive interior angles are supplementary, which means that 3x plus 51 equals 180. And then we'll solve that in the usual way. And so we get x is 43. Pause the video and give this one a try on your own. So we know whenever we have alternate exterior angles, first whenever we have parallel lines cut by a transversal, that means that the alternate exterior angles are congruent. And so if they're congruent, we'll set 4x equal to 92. Do the same with this next example. Pause the video and try and figure out the parallel lines theorem and try and solve for x on your own. So here we had an alternate interior angle pair, which are congruent, which means x is 17 2/5. Pause the video and give this next one a try. Did you say that these were corresponding angles? Because you'd be right. And corresponding angles are congruent whenever we have parallel lines cut by a transversal. Alright, we've got two more examples. Again, pause the video, give this one a try. I hope you said we had alternate interior angles, which if we have parallel lines, means they are congruent. And so we'll set the two angles equal to each other. Nice. Alright, one more. This one looks stranger than it actually has to be. If we think about these two parallel lines cut by this one transversal, then all we have are consecutive interior angles.